Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is the Flow Show for the love of wrestling. We decided to make it another Maclo exclusive. That's right. The Wave God is back, and he's joining yours truly, the best trio in podcast, I guess, history. I mean, I got to gloat when I got Young Baka on the panel as well. It's Brian Andrew, and of course, I am Quincy Jones. Go. What's going on, you guys?
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited that you're here, Mac. I really, I think you're funny, man. I think you're funny. I think you have insightful things to say about wrestling. But if you're on the podcast, you gotta have those waves flying, man. You got that's that's the whole thing.
He doesn't speak for all of us. Let's just say that.
No, man, I speak for the fans, man.
No, I know that it's a process. He don't understand. See, like he don't. I was just saying, Baka might show up and get bedhead, but then it's funny because he don't have. But then then Brian was like he might get bed forehead possibly, but then he showed up with the hat on. So
that's a good point, man.
Let the process unfold, man.
How come you never asked me to bring my waves?
Yeah, how come you don't ever let him bring his waves?
I love the man bun, dude. It's awesome. You're just a different type of cat, man. The fact that we could have, honestly, this is a black podcast, Brian. So the fact that you show up with your Hawaiian shirt and your man bun and you ain't scared to be you, man, I love it, dude. I love it.
I've showed up to every rap battle in like Oakland and all those places, being this way
with like the sweater vest too. Yeah, dude, I've seen the battles. Yeah. I'm gonna get this one out the way, guys. Is Roman Reigns homophobic? What's going on? What's going on, guys? I don't know.
He said the S word.
So okay, so this is the only reason I bring this up, right? I think me and my brother talked about it. I'm like, okay, maybe because culturally in the US, it's not a huge deal, right? But I hear like the UK, for instance, that's a big deal. Like that's like a for sure word. Like I don't know if you heard Baka. He had
I don't know what's going on.
So he had a tweet.
I don't know what the S word either.
It's sissy. That's the word. Yeah, sissy. So he had a tweet that said like only sissies drink flavored vodka, and the whole world went crazy. And they're like, "Yo, that's a homophobic slur, sir." Like, "Oh, it's been 10 hours. You haven't taken this down."
Is sissy a homophobic slur?
I'm not one to say that it is or not, right? Because it doesn't affect me. But from what the backlash that he got, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could see why people would say that, but I
don't see why people would say that.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I know in the UK it's a bigger deal than it is for the American. Like for me, I think it was just it was 2 letters away from just saying only wussies. You know what I'm saying? Like, but is wussy like what's worse? Wussy or I mean, like, isn't that you know what I'm saying? He was just saying like, yo, anyone that drink flavored vodka is soft. That's all he's saying. Like I don't know. Like for me, it's like
I think it is soft. I make jokes all the time. I say, "Hey, we want a drink, brother?" And someone says, "Yeah, give me this." I said, "Oh man, I can't walk up to the bar and order that. I got a reputation to maintain." But I don't think that has any. I think that's just.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't.
That's just me making a joke. I don't think that I'm calling somebody. I don't think I'm saying somebody's.
It's poking fun. Yeah.
It's a soft time to be alive. If we'll complain that Roman Reigns, who does 1 billion make-a-wishes, says sissy on Twitter, and now we're ready to cancel him. It's a crazy time to be
he's
alive.
not John Cena. What's back up?
The guy
nobody's John Cena, but he does do a lot of make-a-wishes.
And then they're ready to cancel this guy.
It's
like
crazy, man. What a time to be alive, man.
It's crazy. Like the amount of people that were like, "Oh man, it's been 10 hours. You haven't taken his tweet down yet." Like all these people that were like, I was like, y'all need to calm down, because I was like,
who cares?
Look, this kind of effort ain't nowhere to be found when we need it to come else.
Man. Yeah, exactly.
Like so it's like, but the reason I bring it up and the reason why I made a joke about it, in the chat, I don't want to get sued for libel or any of that shit. I made like, oh yeah, we'll just talk about Roman Reigns homophobia, because I don't know, on SmackDown, I don't know if you saw the promo he hit. He called Daniel Bryan a bottom. Did you hear that shit?
I didn't hear that. Well, that's different.
And I was like, I see what you're doing, bro.
That's you on the bottom.
Yeah.
How did he walk in bottom?
So of course he got the new, I got a rep, but he got the new shirt, stack him, or smash him, stack him, pin him, right? And
which is a dope shirt, but I could never wear that. I can't be out in public with 3 men laying on top of each other.
Like
doesn't matter.
You haven't made it like
maybe that's homophobic, man.
I'm like, are you like,
come on, man, it's 2021, dog.
It's a Roman sandwich. No, it's like, I'm like, are you, unless you're gonna defend the title from now on and always in triple threat matches, I'm like, that shirt's kind of useless. That's a one and done.
I can't wear that.
It's cool if he wears it. But I ain't gonna spend money.
That shit's gonna be 35% off in May.
But for real.
I can't wear it because I'm homophobic. I can't wear it because I can't walk down the street
and
with
explain it to everybody.
Yeah,
yeah. You might as well print them out on a.
If they don't know Roman Reigns did that at WrestleMania,
like,
yeah, exactly. It's crazy, man.
But see, at the same time, then we gotta talk about why we're able to do that, but wear like a New Day shirt with like bootios on it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, it's different.
But I can't even wear that either because it's like, first of all, it's like a little too flashy for me. Like the New Day stuff's always like bright yellow,
right?
Like
yeah.
I
barely bought the light blue one because I was like, all right, this is the calmest one. All the other ones are like yellow, like you said, like the John Cena starter kit. You know what I mean?
Even the John Cena ones, I just can't. I'm a 30-year-old man. I can't be walking around with.
Bro, the only time I bought a John Cena shirt was when I was in for Halloween.
I don't know. I don't understand this conversation at all. Like I'm just
well, let me just say this. Let me get back to it. So as far as how he said it, he brought up the shirt. He said, exactly what I did. I said, well, what did I do? I just said what I was gonna do. I was gonna smash him, stack him, and pin him. And then he points at the shirt because it actually has like a kind of like a cartoon of him doing that. And the two guys on top of each other.
It looks crazy, man.
And he's like,
unbelievable.
He's like, look at you. That's you on the bottom. Yeah. That's you. A bottom. I was like, oh,
that's
shit.
Funny.
But he let it linger too much. I was like, okay, I think he was just making fun. He was like having a little fun, but I was like, I don't know if he did himself any favors.
On the sissy thing.
Yeah, it's
easy, dude. Wait, hold on. Don't use that type of language, man.
Especially with the climate I think this country's been in. I've come to learn that just because I feel like I might not naturally come to that conclusion doesn't mean other people didn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so like that's something that's been made.
Well, we had 4 different people and only one person, or I think Mac, I think you heard of it already. You heard the news before I brought it up, but 2 of you guys didn't know what I was talking about.
Honestly,
and
I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, news of it. I just saw the tweet when it happened. I saw the tweet and I was like, oh, he's gonna get joked with that. Like,
I guarantee you, Roman Reigns wasn't thinking, "Oh, this is."
Well, but Baca, it's funny you say that because you should see the amount of tweets that were like, "If this was any other wrestler, you guys would be on their heads about it." Oh, if it wasn't for him and the Usos, dude, they were like, him and the Usos are bigots. That they literally use the words, "Him and the Usos are bigots," and you guys support this. I was like, y'all going too far with this shit, bro. Like,
yeah, people gotta relax.
I'm like, yeah, man.
Did he get a like from Jackson Riker?
Yeah, they keep up the same energy, right? Isn't that what they used to say that a lot? Keep that same energy. I don't hear that.
Seriously?
And you know what? Brian's right. It might not hit us a way it might hit other people, and we have to respect that. But it's just. But
that, even though that's a whole nother conversation that have to be on a whole nother episode, which I think would include drinks and shit. Like, how much do I have to overextend myself to, you know what I'm saying, for someone else's comfort level? Like, I understand about being decent human beings to each other, but then it's like, now I got to account for things that I would normally account for, knowing what my intention is, knowing what my actual natural spirit is and how I feel about things and people, knowing I'm a good person, but I still got to watch what I say, knowing, even though I know what I mean and, mean what it's like. It gets, I'd have to say like that, like to be, and I'm a regular guy, to be Roman Reigns and have to like, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine that. Like,
when it comes down to it, you got to use neutral diss words.
Word.
You got to call him a buster.
Yeah. That's
call him a dweeb.
Because
whoa. Dweeb might be taking it too far.
Well, because like, also,
what do you have against intellectual people?
Getting back to what Mac is saying too, like, we might interpret it as like he's just trying to stay soft, but at the same time, my next conclusion wouldn't be homophobic because I didn't know it was a homophobic thing. But at the same time, I would have been like, well, now it's like, it's a sexist thing maybe to say, because I would say like you're comparing it to like women and stuff like that. And we're also in a generation where you shouldn't be saying that shit either. So
and again, I think it's just all about interpretation. I think again, like, for all we know, maybe it's not homophobic. Maybe it only is because like 30,000 people just fucking screamed at him saying it was. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To me, up until I brought it up like 10 minutes ago, it wasn't to anybody else in this room, in this chat. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like, I was talking to my brother about it. I was like, dude, that's kind of something that, like, when you're a kid, like, it can be teasing, but at the same time, it's also like, it teaches you got to toughen up for life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not like saying, hey, we ain't got time, you're not saying like, hey, you're playing like a girl and shit like that, but it's like, hey, you got to kind of take things head on and kind of show a little bit of bravery or some boldness, I guess. I don't know.
I can understand why it was some backlash, because there's been times in my life where I've heard it, and that was definitely what the intention was. And then there's been times where it was just on the football field and the coach was just telling you not to be
exactly.
scared.
I was thinking,
So
like on the football field when they call you a sissy, I've never brought that. I've never interpreted that as he's saying
exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm scared to just speak.
I've heard it used on both sides.
They're alluding that you're being
a little
feminine.
frail, soft, right? Whatever. But it's like, but I don't think it's sexually driven is where they're getting at. You know what I'm saying? As far as orientation and shit like that. But it's weird. It's just like it was worth bringing up just because of the fact that it was an actual amazing shitstorm that followed. And I don't know. I just wanted to get your guys'
I'm more concerned about this T-shirt. Like I love Roman Reigns aesthetic lately, all black and all that stuff.
Yeah, same.
I don't know how he puts that on. I
don't
know how he puts that on a T-shirt. That's crazy, man.
I don't know.
Shirts are hard, bro. Like it's very hard for me.
Like he didn't let that acknowledge
that I'm like, I could wear this out.
Dude, some of that, even like
true, because that acknowledge me one I thought was hard, but he didn't let that one breathe long enough. I felt like I was let that chill. I mean, you barely. I was like the fact that you barely. I mean, you're a heel and you got gear. That's weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Normally that ain't.
People got a new shirt every week. Too.
That's what I'm saying. Normally that ain't the case.
Promo, they got a shirt for the thing he said in the promo.
This is the first time adults are buying the shirts, though. I feel like so.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Because I feel like the kids hate him. Yeah.
I had a couple of Shield T-shirts myself.
I mean, like it's like, dude, this I can't. The last person's shirt that I probably bought was probably the Usos, and AJ Styles shirts. Like, I mean, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Shirt. Like, I think probably before then was when Chris Jericho was still in WWE. You know what I mean? Like
old Seth Rollins, the black with when he was just coming out on his own and Burn It Down was like just starting.
Yeah.
But it's rare.
And I don't know how to. That's another thing. I don't know how Seth would agree to make those Messiah shirts. Well, it looks like it's the stained glass and he looks like he's Jesus. That's a little tough, man.
Are you sure? I mean, because
that's a little tough,
what's up with you? Like
but
scamming half of LA County, but now you believe in God all of a sudden.
Listen, the fact that he put himself as Jesus on a T-shirt, that's a little tough.
That was a hard ass shirt, though.
No, that's a little tough.
But what about it? Like, I mean, is that different than like the Jesus is my homeboy shirts like that are making light of this? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand, but they're saying Jesus is my friend. They're saying Jesus is my friend. And he's saying I'm Jesus.
He's not saying I'm Jesus. He says he's the Messiah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
He's a Messiah.
I apologize. There's a big difference. I apologize.
Yeah, come on,
I mean, he can't help it. People call him the CrossFit Jesus. I mean, that's not. He doesn't control that.
Seth seems like he'll be an awful guy to hang out with, right? Like he'll be super annoying.
I don't know. Like, did you see that meme lately? He's when the edibles kick in. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That shit was jokes, dude. I gotta know.
Baka, it seems like you've never been part of a cult, and it's showing right now.
Yeah, I've been both a follower and a leader. You have more fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader.
So you was passing out the Kool-Aid and found out what was inside before it was too late.
Baka will never admit he's watched The Office before, but then he just quotes it.
I love The Office.
For real, like bar for bar.
I feel you. But it's like you're right. Like Mac was just saying it too, because who else is a heel that's gonna be talking about the shirts? Like he got the shirts over as a heel. Because mostly when guys are, they're on a good wave selling a lot of merch, then they hear they're about to get turned heel. They're like, fuck, I'm not going to get that extra check, because I'm not going to be selling a whole lot of merch as a heel anymore. Then I ain't going to be making shirts for me. But yeah, Roman made it work. He worked it into the promo saying, it's on the shirt. They print.
I feel like Triple H had merchandise.
Isn't that what he said? I say it. They printed. I was like, yo, that was hard.
I would be intrigued to see.
You bought it.
Yeah. I was like, yes.
I would be intrigued to see what's the difference between like adult T-shirt sales and kid T-shirt sales.
Like,
I guess the only way you'd be honestly, wouldn't it low key be like adults overall? It's adult money
for Roman Reigns, 100%.
Because I mean, like obviously, it would still be like their mom and dad buying the shirts, but it'd be like just the kid sizes. But
you would see the kid sizes sold.
As
opposed to
but that credit card number is still gonna be the same.
Yeah.
I mean, as a
imagine
kid,
like a little kid, like in the 4th grade, with a shirt that says "Acknowledge Me," and he's just like,
bro. I mean, because I was thinking about that earlier too. Because I like the only shirt, like as an older, like a '90s fan, they didn't have they didn't have the website back then. You know what I'm saying? You had to find it at like a Target. You might find it at like, if you were lucky, they might even carry some shit in JCPenney while you're out with like mom's like doing a errand or something. You like, yo, can I at least get that for my time? You know what I mean? Like I remember having like a real obscure like Stone Cold shirt that he didn't wear on TV, but I liked it because no one else had it. And that was like one of my like, it was
SWAT meet had him back in the day. The SWAT meet had him.
There was always like those
they had him in the SWAT meets. You had to get him with the stick.
I remember even Frankenstein's. They used to be the spot in Frankenstein's. There was this dude. He had like all these shirts, like hanging off, like they're like those hangers on wheels, pretty much. And you just go through them. He had like a bunch of shit on there, like. But it was like, of course, yeah, I was gonna say that, and the fact that I'm younger, so they don't have my actual size. But I'm like, oh, okay, these are dope. Though. At least I know where to go. A little bit more access. Because like I said, it still hurts me to my soul to this day to know how close I lived to when it was still Anaheim Pond, and I didn't get to go to none of them freaking. I mean, how many WrestleMania moments, bro? Like, made me see. That's why when I got adult money and started making my own, I'm like, nah, I'm a fan again. Fuck this.
Everything.
I'm about to give him everything I didn't got.
Is it just me? But WWE makes shirts that are extremely uncomfortable and made for like fat dudes.
So this one,
they know the market,
this one, I put a little extra money on it. That's the soft one. But
you could choose that as an option.
It's weird because when I bought this one, I was able to, but usually it's like, okay, y'all got any more of that tough ass Teflon?
It'd be a little stiff.
Yeah, I mean, dude, especially after one wash, you'd be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to iron this for real.
Why would you print a shirt on denim,
tees? I really like the pro wrestling tees.
Dude, it's like a little straight up like a denim shirt. Yeah, like, dude, don't even ball it up because then you're gonna have to iron that bitch. Like, it's over. It's over. Oh man.
So are we gonna talk about Mickie James?
Well, yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Well, you know what? Let me ask you one thing first because I figure we're gonna talk a lot about that. This is like a little one and done. Obviously, if you guys watch SmackDown, Daniel Bryan got another Universal title shot next week.
I like it.
There's a caveat. Listen to me talking like Michael Cole. What they say is Smack. So like he's gonna go to Raw, I guess, if he loses. Or is he done?
He's gonna be banned for SmackDown.
He's gonna take a break.
So 205.
I thought he just took a break. I thought he said this is his last run.
Well, I was thinking that I don't see him losing. Like I don't see him
winning on free TV.
Well, the only reason why I see him on TV, different. But the only reason why I see him winning is he's the only one that could.
Gotta save that stuff for Peacock.
He's the only one that could beat Roman. I mean, because he's tapped him out before, even though he didn't get the win. So visually, he's beat him before. There's no one else on the roster that can.
He can win by count out too, right?
That's true. I mean, the only reason I see him winning is if he's gonna win just to give Cesaro the title shot that he's never gonna get from Roman. You know what I mean? But
let me ask you guys this real quick. First of all, before you got on, Bucka, me and Quincy have this conspiracy that since Edge still has a lot of dates on his contract that he needs to fulfill, they're doing it at 205 Live where nobody's watching.
Yeah, they gotta hide him in plain sight.
He's putting Daivari over. He's gonna start a feud with Brian Kendrick, who I doubt still wrestling there. I think he's a producer now.
Yeah, he's gonna.
I think he's just at the performance center, right?
He's gonna bring him back out of retirement.
So if Daniel Bryan loses, we could get Daniel Bryan versus Edge on 205 Live.
I'm excited. Let's sign me up for it, man.
There we go.
Why would you have 205 Live? Why would you have 205 Live?
Well, okay, this is my question actually. Well, why would you still have it?
Exactly.
After moving the champion officially to NXT? Because I don't even know.
Yeah.
Does he even appear on 205?
Yeah.
We don't know because we don't watch.
We don't watch. I'm asking the wrong people. This is gonna be the clip of the week right here, man. But like. I don't. As soon as they moved to the NXT, I'm like, that's a good move. Move all the guys to NXT.
Exactly.
And I was like, even if anything, like, not that I want NXT to get an extra hour, but if so, I'm like, they could put some, extra focus on that squad of guys, right?
205 1 or 2 Live matches should just be like the third hour of NXT a week.
I was thinking the same thing, but like, I don't want to see a bunch of the same size guys like for a whole hour. Like, if we can mix it up, maybe if we could at least give them 2 matches per week, you know what I'm saying? That'd be kind of cool.
Well, I think that's my issue with 205 originally was it's like, all right, it's just cruiserweights. Like, unless you give me invest in these,
because I remember how they came in with Raw. It was like and it's cruiserweight time. Like it was like everything changed. They changed the ropes and all that shit too.
That'll
The
be the
lighting
coldest part
changed.
at the live show too, because you just see like 75% of the crowd bounce.
Yeah, because
And
because that's the thing. At first they would say, "Oh no, we film it before the show." I'm like, bullshit. I
yeah,
don't.
for real.
I was like, ain't nobody in there. Nah,
Mm.
they ain't even excited to see this. The big show already gone. Like they ain't no excitement in this.
There was a phase where for like 4 months in a row I did stay to watch. I watched SmackDown and then I put on 205 Live. But that's when the roster was at its height, when it had like Gulak,
Yeah.
Alexander, Brian Kendrick.
I mean,
And I think
205 was
Enzo
exciting for a while, but they kind of ruined it. Like,
Mhm.
I
Honestly,
mean,
I stayed because I paid. It's like, bro, I
yeah,
paid,
I
so
feel that because
I'm gonna watch every bit of
yeah,
this.
if I paid for a live show ticket, I would stay for sure. I wouldn't leave
Yeah.
early. None of yeah.
Yeah.
But another reason I bring up Daniel Bryan is I don't know. Did you guys hear about this? Because he may be taking a break because apparently during like WrestleMania, he had like an out of body experience that scared the shit out of him. Did you hear about
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
What?
It was like right before the match. Like he said he felt like really detached from the match. Like he said, usually he's zoned in, he feels everything, he's enjoying what he's doing because he's going through the motions of the match. But he said he was like really detached, like he was kind of watching it from outside his body, like he was just on autopilot. And he thought he was like, yo, am I about to die? Am I dying? Like, is this about like this is how I'm about to go out? And it made him really reevaluate, I guess, the time left on his contract. Like he's like, so I mean, I don't know how much time he has left on the contract, but I mean, it is interesting the timing of this stipulation. So I mean, you did suggest him taking a break. That could be, what it stemmed from. Tell him, Lucy.
Let me put on my tinfoil hat real quick.
Yep.
All right. So I think I remember I was watching a wrestling show at the beginning of the year, and they're going over like different things, like which wrestlers' contracts are coming up this next year, etc. And I believe Daniel Bryan's is one of them, and I want to say it's up in September.
I was thinking like August, September, yeah.
So
yeah,
which makes sense because I believe that's when he signed his extension last time, because it was around All In or something like that. Remember, they're thinking that he's going to leave and do All In.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
He came back. So
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Tinfoil hat though, he recently has come out and says he would really like to work for the WWE, but he also wants to wrestle for other companies, and he's trying to work that into his new contract. My guess is they're going to take him off TV just in case they can't work that out. And this is his last match in the WWE. And if they can't work the shit out by September, then fuck it.
Yeah.
Is September a long time ago, a long way away for them to take him off now?
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't want to build him and have him do stuff, and then all of a sudden he just leaves and goes to AEW. So
yeah, but he still has 4 months on his contract, though.
You can stop that shit now, kill his buzz for 4 to 5 months.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I mean, that's enough time to kill the buzz off for sure. From WrestleMania, yeah.
But if they do work something out, then he'll be there by SummerSlam. But
at the same time, it doesn't matter if they kill his buzz. Like he's done enough where if he shows up anywhere, they're gonna
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like they said, he's a Hall of Famer, like living legend, all that, whatever, like future Hall of Famer for sure. Like if they let that slip through, I mean, that's on them. Though there are certain opponents I'd be interested to see Bryan go against, but not at the expense of his health, to be honest. And I say that to say that some of these companies like AEW's been getting a little reckless with some of their spots lately, man. And I don't trust that. I ain't trying to be a dick, but I don't trust that Impact has enough insurance medically to make sure that if something were to happen, that they'd be able to take care of.
Oh, and New Japan is probably way too stiff.
And that's my thing too. Is like, I mean, I would love to see, because one person he's been said that he would love to face in a WWE ring, especially when he finally came over, but then he left, was Kenta or Hideo Itami.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously Kenta is able to float from AEW to New Japan. He's done it before. I mean, it will be interesting to see them finally go against each other, but again, at the expense of his health, nah, man. It's the same thing. Why, like, oh yeah, it's just let's roll Taker out for another WrestleMania. Like, nah, bro, like let him be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not worth. Like, is the moment? Would it be cool? Yeah. but that's why I respect Stone Cold, man. I don't know if y'all got a chance to watch that. It was on A&E. It's called Biographies, Legends.
I missed it. I need to
yeah, no, if you get a chance, check it out. It's on Sundays. Like the next one is coming up tomorrow. It's on Roddy Piper, but the first one they did was on Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
And like I gotta respect that dude, man, because when he came back, he felt his body kind of like turning on him, and he had to make that decision right away. Like, no, I got it. My last match is with The Rock at 19. We ain't doing this no more. I ain't telling nobody. Like the only 3 people that knew that was his last match were Vince, The Rock, and Jim Ross. And I was like, fuck, man, that's crazy. So, but to know, like, he would love to do a lot of things, but it's not worth his hell. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and me selfishly as a fan, I'm like, man, why doesn't he just come back? All he does is sit on his butt with the stunner. I'm like, nah, but I don't know. You know what I mean? He's kept it so close to the vest. It's like, I gotta respect, someone like Stone Cold who's protected that legacy.
Man, yeah, you know what I mean? All those stunners over the years, all that impact.
Yeah,
his spine probably built like a Jenga tower right now,
bro. Like straight up, like it's crazy.
He's also living a great life too. Like he does all these different shows and things like that. It seems like he has a great life. It's not like he's one of those wrestlers.
He was able to transition.
Wrestling doesn't know what to do.
Well, he did say that he was lost for about the first 4 months after, but he was able. He's like, I got to get my ass to LA and see what I can make off this name I've been spending my whole life building. But yeah, you're right. He was able to transition to that personality and stuff like that. So that was, and it made me really sad. I ain't gonna lie. Watching that documentary, if you guys get a chance, it made me really sad because it talked about him and The Rock, and even Vince himself is actually in his documentary. That's why I was like, okay, so this is a WWE approved.
He's in all of them, right?
Well, but this is the first time he did one outside of the network. Like this is A&E, like you know what I mean. So like Triple H is in it. Adam Cole and Kevin Owens were both in it too. But like Kevin Owens had an interesting quote where he was talking about like these guys were so great, like him and The Rock, but they were so great that they kind of made it impossible for anybody else to be great or greater. And because, even to this day, it's like you could be telling somebody about this new guy in wrestling, and then it's like, yeah, but are they like Stone Cold? Are they better than Stone Cold? I'm like, man, I mean, to be honest, that's kind of true. Like no one's ever gotten as close than those two. Like as far as like larger than life.
I don't know, man. Bad Bunny's
like as fans, and probably as the company.
And I know the business is different now.
We've all been chasing that high. You know what I mean? Ever since then.
I think the only person that's gotten close, maybe organically, was probably Becky, because she got over really huge.
And Steve Cutler.
Oh, come on. Come on now.
Hey, did you see that clip from the Roddy episode where Vince gets a fake phone call from Roddy? He said, "Hey, how you doing? About to do an interview about you right now."
Oh, I was about to add, dude. Okay, so like people were getting all mad about that, and I was like, "Come on, man!" I was like, "He would love that." Funny. Yeah, because he was like, I don't know if he it's the same documentary for that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, they did a little, I guess, an outtake with Vince where he fake calls like Roddy from hell. He's like, but he doesn't say it. He's like, hey, Roddy, what are you doing? Oh, I'm getting ready to do an interview about you. He's like, oh yeah, hey, it must be hot down there, huh?
Yeah, he's a little hot down there.
Well, I mean, I don't want to join you anytime soon, but what do you mean you saved the place for me at the table?
Saving me a seat. I was like, soon. Thank you. I thought it was hilarious, man.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, that's how you have fun. I mean, like Roddy would have loved that. Yeah, Roddy. I mean, if you wouldn't have said that table thing, everyone would have been like, "What do you mean, Roddy's?" Everyone would have been all hot and shit. But, yeah, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about the return of Duke the Dumpster Droese, aka the Trash Man, aka the new way to be wished luck on your future endeavors. I mean, what the fuck?
Do you think Daniel Bryan's getting a trash bag when he goes?
I mean, I'm trying to understand. So what, they had like stuff in their lockers or something? I mean, like what is
probably.
So
that's
okay,
what I was thinking too. Which stuff were they sending them back?
Probably their
equipment. They left at the performance center.
Their equipment or something. I'm sure. Or
I didn't realize that
maybe they're like,
that's how you do it in the NFL, right, Mac? Yeah, I didn't think it was such a big deal, but she felt so disrespected. But in every other sport, that's how they do it, man.
Well, I was gonna say, what do you want? Like, first of all,
a suitcase, like
a trash bag is a very efficient way to put stuff into.
100%.
Like, have you ever moved out of a building? You put it in a trash bag.
Bro, I mean, if he didn't have like a basket for laundry, closing the bag. Yeah, I mean, dude, like. it's crazy because
that's a nice trash bag too. It's a nice
I
thick silver one.
understand.
Hefty.
Yeah.
So
it's not gonna break.
Matter of fact, John Cena's done. It's sponsored by John Cena, so they should know it's top notch. It's a good push.
I guess they could just put it in a box. I don't know.
I mean, like,
if they
my
put
thing
it in a
is
trash bag with trash, then that would be
yeah. I didn't know
but if
what
it was
the
a
actual
fresh
context.
trash bag, I feel like it is what it is.
I didn't know what the contents of the bag was or the context of them using the bag, because it made it seem like there was some symbolism behind it. Obviously, I mean, like, first of all, I'm like, what, were they like sent this in the mail? Can you even legally send a trash bag? I'm like, how'd you get this? You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out.
She opened the bag. It was her gear in there with like paper plates and shit. She was like, "What the fuck?"
She came to get her stuff, and they put it in the trash bag.
All the hardcore country albums that she didn't sell.
She's like, I'm just gonna leave these on the table for if anyone wants to grab one.
Anyone need a
coaster? Got released, and they're like,
hey, need a coaster? I know what I'm giving out for Halloween this year.
Yin Yang Twins.
Every time somebody gets cut from an NFL team, they open up the locker and they put all the stuff in the trash bag. It's no disrespect. That's just how it's done, man.
Well, see, I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know how else you're supposed to do it.
If this was something that was given to somebody, do you think maybe it was also out of circumstance of safety? Personally, because I wouldn't think that they would even be allowed to leave anything at the lockers, seeing as they keep getting flare-ups every goddamn week. With all this, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, like, why wouldn't they be, especially if a lot of them are already stationed in Florida?
Apparently, Canellis got hers that way too.
Say it again?
Apparently, Canellis got hers that way too last year.
Jesus. Yeah, she did say that.
Everybody gets it like that. Mickey just felt a way about it. And then Triple H and Stephanie had to say something, right?
Well, it's crazy because
1,000 marks got behind him and said, "Oh, that's so disrespectful."
Well, I was going to say, despite that, a lot of people, I guess, have been waiting to say a lot of shit that this guy's done. I mean, that's how it goes, right? I mean, all it takes is the first crack and then the belly brace. But like people who don't even work there anymore, like Gail Kim was saying, like she's like, I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, but yeah, like Mark. I mean, because the guy who did it, he got outed, and I'm surprised. It's Mark Carrano, who's longtime senior talent director for WWE. Like he's the guy that's usually giving everybody the phone call, whether or not they're getting released or whatever. Like you always usually, anytime someone jumps on Jericho and tells their story about how they got it or they're waiting for their call, they always name drop Carrano. So I was very surprised. They said that they got rid of the person, and then when I found out it was Mark Carrano, I was like, holy shit. But yeah, Gail Kim had said things about him.
What did she say about him?
Just he's a terrible human being.
Yeah.
Like what's his name? Darren Young. He's he used to be part of the Primetime Players with Titus.
I forgot who did this, but there was like a survey of all the WWE superstars who have worked with him or still work with him. Well, obviously he's fired now, but have worked with him this year. And I think not one person said a positive thing.
Yeah. Damn. And I mean, like Darren Young said that he already got released. And even after him getting released, he said that Mark Carrano kept like texting him, harassing him about losing his job. Shit like that. Yeah. And I'm like,
so if I'm already fired and you texting me still, I'm gonna just pull up. You feel me,
bro? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and he said he's been waiting to say it. I'm like, man, you a pro wrestler, bro. I mean, like,
why are you waiting to say it? You should have pulled up. You know where his parking spot is at.
I mean, at the same time, remember a lot of people were speculating he got fired because, or he was getting kind of a weird treatment because he went upon himself to announce his own coming out. So
because that's supposed to be Vince's decision, right?
When you see him,
Vince tells you when to come out.
Because
Vince tells you when to come out.
He didn't inform WWE so they can spin it creatively. Yeah, they want to control the narrative. You know how it goes. But yeah, dude, this thing has a fucking name. #TrashBagGate is trending on social media because of the way WWE sent Mickie James the personal belongings in trash bags. The biggest name in this is Mark. I don't know. The biggest name in this is Mark Carrano, who was fired. Obviously, they should utilize all the extra tap out equipment they got for the deal. Is just use a bunch of those like fucking like bags and shit. Like
we have these extra Roman Reigns shirts and
yeah, right.
It's not even Mickey James' shit. There's just a bag full of Roman Reigns.
Like, could you at least wrap it in an Andrade shirt? Damn.
You know a couple kids that need these because kids are buying shirts.
Can you at least roll it? Can you wrap it in some Samoa Joe gear? I could actually wear this. Basically, yeah, he got fired for it. Yeah, this guy says he just held the position senior director of talent relations for many years. I mean, I don't know. This is crazy. I mean, I didn't think it was gonna be blown up like this. But yeah, this is what Gail Kim says. I know the WWE trolls are going to come for me, but Mark was not a good human being. I don't think he should be necessarily get blamed for the incident, but I hope this karma makes him realize and wake up to be a nice human being. Maybe things will change for you. Oh, that's nice.
He's been doing this for, okay, he sounds like a bad guy, so I'm not going to defend him too much. But like, if you think about it, if he's been doing this for a year, and then for whatever reason, one of them goes on Twitter, and he's probably told to do this. Like Vince is like, send them their trash bag, and then he gets fired because somebody tweeted it.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that's been going on that Vince just doesn't know about because it's not anything he's concerned about.
In every major sport, when you get cut from the team, they have
he tasks somebody else to do it, so it's nothing that he's aware of because it's not part of his everyday, whatever. Like, I don't know, but yeah, this is what Darren Young said. I was constantly harassed by him about losing my job, and I just stayed quiet.
How about?
Yeah, I read it just to get that look out of you because it was like,
I'm sure you want to live it more for Darren Young.
You should have belly.
I mean, you shouldn't even have made that tweet. You should even have wrote that tweet.
Hey, sorry you lost your job, Dylan. Everything going okay?
Oh man,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's like extra costumes in like the costume area, like the gear area, and that's what's in the trash bag. Like,
yeah, they probably have backups and stuff like that.
And they're like, here's all your extra gear.
Man. I just
like,
in every major sport, that's how I've seen it done, man. I mean, NFL, everything. You get cut and they put your stuff in the trash bag. I don't know how else you're supposed to do it because
this is my thing though. It's like, why would Nikki James
nicely
have
folded in a nice?
Why would Nikki James have gear though if she's not even like? She's not even active. Like they moved her. Didn't they move her to the alumni section? I mean, obviously she's not ready to go.
But what I saw that was messed up. That she was saying that she was leaving. She was at the airport, and they told her to come back. And so but her luggage was already on the plane. So it's like it's hard to get your stuff taken off of the plane.
Yeah.
So she literally hopped on the plane, landed where she was going, hopped on another one, and came right back just so she could stand on stage at WrestleMania. They had nothing for her to do, but they just wanted her there just in case type thing. And so she was like, why would you make me, leave, come back, put my gear on, go stand outside?
See, this seems like
I'll do it. WWE, if you need somebody to stand on stage next year, I'm available.
Bro, hey, WWE, I'll be a one-timer as well. I don't give a fuck. But you know what I think it is? Because this is a common thread I've been hearing is like, it seems like they were trying to give everybody a low-key present. Like, well, we're gonna let y'all stay and watch Mania before we fire y'all. Like that's what it seems like, right? Like,
well, do they even get a WrestleMania payday?
Poor Joe was out there in the storm with
that's
a poncho on him, and then the next day he goes to the office like, oh, they're probably gonna tell me how bad of a job I did. They're like, oh, we don't need you no more.
I call him the voice of the Thunderdome because he definitely made the Thunderdome work, bro. Like, even on days I wasn't feeling the Thunderdome, and I still don't. He was able to
a lot better than just an empty arena, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna miss his theme though.
You said what?
I miss that theme. Like, hopefully, there's a similar thing wherever he goes.
Just Joe. Like, come on, man. But I ain't gonna lie. If he were to come out like on AEW with that old Impact music, I ain't gonna lie. I might pop a little bit.
I can't wait till he chokes out Cody, man. It's gonna be awesome.
I would love that.
Oh, that'd be really
good. Or have him choke out Jake Hager.
If he would want to get heat, choke out Brandy, man, while she's pregnant. It'd be number one heel. One heel.
I mean, technically that's like a temp. I mean,
I don't know. A lot of people might pop.
Yeah, I was gonna say some people might pop for it too.
That's a 2-for-1 choke, man. I don't know. They're like, man. This dude is just the crazy offense. Gonna come out
so annoying, man. I can't wait, man.
I mean, awesome. Let's just have him choke out Taz, and then hopefully the rest.
You know what's going to happen?
Just,
it's AEW. It's AEW. They always have him start oddly like lower on the card than you think they would. He's going to randomly come out and just like choke out 10 or something, and then we're like, oh, he's going to have a Dark Order feud with like the sixth best guy, and
they're going to try to. They're going to like, do you think we can get Angle and we could just recreate what they did in Impact? And then,
man,
he's
going to debut on Elevation or whatever. Like.
Oh, you know what? They would do that and just bring him in as a commentator, and then we'd be like all mad about it. Like,
well, what if he couldn't get cleared to wrestle and Wall talking smack, and they said, "Hey, we can't afford to pay a commentator this much money to sit around."
Look, I believe he can get cleared because of the two reasons. WWE is different. Like Daniel Bryan had to get cleared by all of fucking UCLA, and I forgot the other school before they were like, oh, for reals? Like they would
He went to other spots to get
to show them like, yo, these people who are in the top of their field are clearing me. Y'all need to take a look at what they're saying.
But there's no way to win. If they clear him,
WWE doesn't want you to be liable. The WWE
exactly.
No, I get that, but I think
and if they clear him and he gets another concussion, you guys would be on here saying, "Oh, they shouldn't have cleared him."
Obviously,
it was so irresponsible.
Daniel Bryan's case is one and far between. You know what I mean? That's his exclusive situation. But I think about they wouldn't clear Sting after he got cleared. AEW cleared. I mean, they're letting him do.
Yeah, but maybe WWE's doing the right thing.
Christian. All right, no, I feel you, but Christian.
Did you see Sting a couple weeks ago?
Yo,
Christian,
the way Sting was looking, he was like, I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Bro, no, he's like, it was just 2 weeks ago.
That's me. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Like, how do you look gas in the cinematic match?
Bro, like it's like, oh man. No, but see, but I think about Christian too. Christian, that's part of the reason why he left is because he obviously can go, but they wouldn't clear him either, so he wouldn't got. I mean, I don't see Samoa Joe, and I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying in the terms of will AEW clear him? Yeah, I think they would. You know what I mean? I mean, you got Christian over here wrestling 20-minute matches like twice in 2 weeks and shit.
Keep in mind, like I don't know if I'm sure you guys have seen the Matt Hardy Sammy Guevara match. I don't think AEW gets a rat's ass what they're liable for.
Yeah, it's true. They're like, no. They're like, no, we took 5 seconds to check him out. He's good. Let's just go to the finish.
You're gonna be here next Wednesday? All right.
Cool. Can we cut a promo? Yeah. Which character? All of them. Cool. this is
like,
part of the gimmick.
I really do
gimmick,
feel
right?
I really do feel like that's how it goes down at AEW. Like Tony Khan just like, so what's going on? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll do that.
So
we'll
can
do
you
that.
go, bud? You get feeling good? Okay, yeah.
All right, yeah, okay.
He's
Cool.
like, hey, call me TK. Call me TK. No, I'm one of the boys. Call me TK.
You guys, man. Yeah.
Call me TK.
Put him in blood and guts. Put him in blood and guts.
The wrong guy calls him TK. It's Tony, actually.
It's Tony. It's actually Mr. Khan.
It's actually the same as on your checks if you want to keep it down.
It's Khan Jr.
It's Khan Jr. And who are you again? Are you an extra? Are you a goddamn extra? But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for this week, man. I mean, AEW wasn't too bad this week. Well, we got Blood and Guts, in a couple of weeks?
That seems pretty cool.
That's gonna be just
I heard it's gonna be just the Blood and Guts match.
That's it for a whole 2 hours.
I have this vibe that they're going to do something on the lines of like a pre-show-ish build to the match. It's gonna take 10 to 15 minutes, then do the match, and then they'll have some weird angle at the end or something. Like they might have have promos about like other things too. Like maybe they'll have promos throughout the show. Like Kenny Omega doing a promo.
I was wondering if they were gonna maybe pull out one more of the Blood and Guts matches like out their ass like last minute, because it's like you got the Elite and then you got
what is a Blood and Gut match?
It's pretty much a War Games match. It's just the War Games.
Mm-hmm.
They can't call it War Games, so that's why it's called Blood and Guts. Even though
Daniel Bryan debuts that day. I have this. Okay, going back to Daniel Bryan, just one little quick thing. Is I do feel like he feels like he's at the end. He's on borrowed time. He doesn't feel like he should push the neck thing. But there's so much more better wrestling out there that he kind of has this FOMO about. Like he doesn't want to fuck up his relationship with the WWE, but he also wants to go out there. And
I agree. I mean, which I was gonna say, I agree with him wanting to be able to have that exclusive, I guess non-exclusive contract with WWE to be able to kind of do what he wants and pick like the different matches and stuff. I mean, I'm sure there's people he'd like to get in the ring with, but he knows he can't physically now. You know what I mean? That's going to be the hardest thing for him to say no to.
Like he can maybe wrestle AEW guys, but maybe it just can't be an AEW show. Like it maybe has to be.
It maybe has
or something.
Do you think maybe it has? Do you think they would even allow it to be? It'd have to be something like on a house show. That'd be so.
I think it goes down at Young Buck Productions Weedle West Festival, man. Wrestling and hip-hop.
What is it called? Weedle. It's called Weedle.
I don't know the name yet, but we're gonna get some wrestling going, and I'm excited. Daniel Bryan,
why don't you just call it WWE?
You want to step in the ring with some Will Goers? Holler at me, Daniel. Call me up, man. I'll let you do whatever you want.
Wait, actually, no. Screw Daniel Bryan. Screw Daniel. New Jack.
Yeah,
New Jack. I saw you're gonna be in town.
Hey, New Jack, how about you text me back? How about you message
we
me
got
back?
that bag for you.
Hey, what's up, New Jack? Right?
New Jack, I'm coming for you, man. How about you message me back when
New
I
Jack,
make issues, New Jack?
Let's clarify. Let's clarify that Young Baka is coming for you.
I don't want no smoke, New Jack.
I send messages to New Jack all the time. I send messages
I'll
to New Jack
smoke you
all the
out,
time.
but I don't.
He reads them, but he doesn't reply. The problem is, I don't think he gets spelled, so I think it's a little difficult for him. You
know who you should be really calling out instead of New Jack is was it Louis?
Oh yeah, let's get Louis. Is his thing over so we can talk to him?
I can't talk about it because
is he in Twitter jail still?
Yeah.
He's in Twitter jail.
Louis back on his couch, man. His mom's
oh man,
we came this close to having Louis on the show.
Dude, I honestly live a pretty cool life, but when he replied, I got so excited. Dude.
That's hilarious.
So like,
we almost Flo almost took off.
We almost had the exclusive, man.
Hey, we should try to get Jamal on this one day. Have him talk that GCF stuff.
Let's do it, man. I love Jamal, man. He can't show up on time to save his life, but besides that,
no, not at all. Not
it's
at all.
Unbelievable every time.
Like, if he had to save his life, he'd
crazy,
be telling us a story in the afterlife, 100% about what happened. Yeah, I got love for him, but yeah,
I love Jamal.
He'll set the time and he'll live closer, and I'll be coming. I'll be late coming from where I'm at. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm down the street." Yeah. Like, oh, okay. But speaking on that, check out Gold Coast Federation. Dope wrestling in Orange County, man. I'm the lucky man. I gets to be the voice of the wrestling. I just did some commentary with Doc Lesnar. Also did some ringing out. I did everything, man. I don't know.
That's awesome.
But check it out. Cool. I think it's going to drop on Sunday. It's going to be Subject to Change, the new show. You can get tickets. I believe it's only like $3 a pop. It's like a video on demand type of thing. Baka, what else you got going? Let the people know.
Man, we got Chicago coming up in a few weeks. We got New Orleans 5 weeks after that. We got Atlanta 5 weeks after that, man. I know this is going to come out afterwards, but we got J Wolf and the legendary Licks tonight. We got Razcast next Friday. We got Prodigal Sunday Friday after that. We got Jerome or Test the Friday after that. And then we're doing headliners every Friday, man, giving $2,000 cash away, flying somebody out to New York City, all expenses paid, and we're doing our thing, man. But this is the best part of my week, coming down here, talking wrestling with a group full of black men. It's awesome, man. You can't beat it.
Thank you.
I do want to take time to say rest in power to Shock G, obviously.
Man, it's crazy. You just said, Black Rob, DMX. It's crazy out there, man. You got to take care of yourself, hip-hop. You got to take care of yourself.
And the crazier thing is each one of those men are under 60, man.
It's crazy.
Man. Drink more water or else you might die. Shout out to Mick Jenkins. But Mac Lowe, you got anything? Tell the people. I don't care if you tell them to wash their ass. Do something.
Mac Lowe, a.k.a. Drew Blackentire.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all peace, love, and take care of your loved ones, man. Pay attention to each other.
AKA Wave
silence out here. AKA
Wave
Roman
Batista.
Waves. Let's go there.
We're gonna call him Wave Batista. Brian, you got anything? Tell the people. Lucy, you got something?
Just the awkward side hug. Every other week we drop a new episode. The last episode, and we review beer every episode. And so
can I jump on that episode that you guys talk about the ocean, man? Because when I heard that you had a deep fear of the ocean, I was like, finally somebody I could talk to about.
So we have a deep fear of the ocean.
Yeah,
so like I love animals, right? But I'm like at the same time, they're just it's so vast, bro.
Man,
there's just so much of it we don't know. And
I swim like a dipshit, and
yeah, I can't.
So like if I fell overboard, it would just be done.
Dude, I think about that. Like if I were to fall over, I'm like I would not have I couldn't last more than a day. I'd get eaten.
I'd panic. I'd freeze.
I would probably die from panic before something actually got me.
I would panic. Yeah, word. You'd be like, I'd be setting myself up on a platter for some man.
I went on an eel-boat. I went on an eel-boat in Florida. One of those big boats has one of those big fans, and you see the alligators and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It was probably one of the best days of my life, man. It was awesome, man. I think that stuff's beautiful.
My brother, when he was out in New Orleans, he did like a little gator trip too. But they had like the little boat and all that. And I was like, I'm like, yo, you weren't like. He's like, yo, I just had to get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, you gotta do it, man. It's awesome,
like,
man. It's awesome.
I feel that, but I'm like, that's why everybody, you ain't been on the cruise, like. Fuck.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't go on the cruise because that's where people die. But
that's when the pirates take over.
Yeah,
and all that shit.
I'm good.
Random explosions, unexplained. I don't know, man. But you know what? This is why we get together, man. We get to talk about wrestling and everything else under the sun. I want to thank all you guys for definitely putting the time in and getting together. This has been the Flow Show. Follow us on Flow Wrestling Pod and Flow Wrestling Show. That is on Twitter and Instagram. And of course, every week we're going to be on the Young Baka Productions Podcast Network. Until next time. Yeah, that's it. For the love of wrestling, we out. Peace.